Thank you for your time. You know, when I just heard you, I've heard you talk about your father
Yeah.
and trainers and navigating all that. And some fighters don't have that success of navigating those two worlds. Sometimes trainers and the fathers, they don't communicate well. How
Yeah.
have you been able to navigate that so well during your career? Because you never hear about those types of problems within a Spence camp.
With me, it's basically, I feel like a lot of fathers get, you know, try to take the coach position, and the coach, have pushback and things like that. But for me, I just make sure it's separated, and my father might tell me some stuff. I take what I think good and take it. Just like with my coach. My coach tell me some stuff. I take, what I feel like is good and take it and use it. What I feel like I don't, I don't do anything with it. So for me, it's just, two separate, entities, telling me two different things.
Earlier, we talked about, I asked you about some of Pacquiao's best wins. And what made those wins great that you mentioned? What is a great win for you? Because a lot of fighters win fights,
Yeah.
but a knockout, yeah, it's a great win, of course. But what's a great win in your opinion when it's a chess match, something truly competitive in fighting? What do you like to see in wins in general, not just for yourself?
Um, I like to see like execution. Like I would say a great win for me is Bernard Hopkins versus Trinidad. That was a great win for me. I mean, not for me, but of course Bernard Hopkins.
As a
But
fan, it was
yeah,
your
but
enjoy.
as a fan, I feel like that was a great win because he basically defeated the country. A lot of people was said Trinidad. He was, of course, he was a favorite, and Bernard came in there and did his thing, and perfected his strategy, and just and beat him and outpointed him.
You look at Bernard, who fought into his 40s. You're
Yeah.
going to fight a man who's in his 40s. Is that a path that you envision for yourself? Do you want that type of trajectory where you are still killer at 40, or do you have a cutoff point and that's it?
I mean, if I'm still beating guys up, younger guys, yeah, I fight. But I mean, I think it's that time where a fighter gets in the ring, and when somebody's beating me up, something that not supposed to be beating me up, or I can't get out the way of some punches, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna retire. So, even like now, I'm always smart with my finances and stuff like that. So I can get out the sport, when I need to. So as long as I keep winning and stuff like that, I can see, it might be a loss or anything like that, but it's a close loss to somebody that you could lose to, then okay, that's acceptable. But just losing to a guy I had no business losing to, getting beat up and sparring by a guy I had no business getting beaten up by, then I think it's time to just hang it up.
This is a big fight, and lots of big fights happen, don't happen for whatever reason, whether fighters have the same management or not. What is the nuances? Because a lot of fans think they know the business. Everyone knows everything about boxing, whether they work in it or not. What is the key to making a big fight that us on the outside don't know?
Well, I gotta know it's definitely a lot of politics in boxing. I mean, it's just politics. There's a lot of tug of war going on in boxing and things like that. But I mean, I feel like the easiest fights to get made are the fights that's in the same circle, so to say. Like that's why Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, basically you guys, everybody, mixed Manny Pack, everybody's mixing it up because everybody's under, for say the same, umbrella. A lot of guys not going out. I mean, you might get some guys like Matchroom or something that might be with top rank, on the business side and stuff like that, but you might not get it, with our side. So it shouldn't be like that, but it is a lot of politics in boxing, and you know, that's what stopping for a lot of big fights to happen.
When people, when fighters reach your level, this is another big stage for you. We see fighters feel they have to change their persona, or who they are, or how they behave in the public, but you've maintained a very level personality your whole career. Why do you think that's been successful for you, that you've been able to maintain that level personality and still appeal to the fans, appeal to networks and corporate people? Like, it just works. You have a formula that works for you, and it's making you continue to be successful.
It's just my mentality. Like, I don't get caught up in the hype at all. Like, I'm the type of person that, basically can, after I fight, my whole plan is just to disappear. I'm like, man, as soon as this fight over, like, I'm going unseen for about 2-3 months. So nobody gonna see me. So I'm that type of guy. I don't care to be on camera or care to be seen or even care to get my name mentioned. Like, of course, I want to be mentioned as one of the best and things like that. Like, I want to win, but as far as just, always being in the camera, being in front of the camera, like, when the job calls, okay, it's time to do it. But, half time, I'm with my kids, I'm chilling, like, I'm not trying to be bothered. So I think that helps a lot that, I'm not trying to be in the forefront of everything.
With that chilling, farm life, animals, you got a lot of animals now, riding horses, yippee-ki-yay. What can we learn from animals? Because it seems to have brought a different level of peace to you, a different level of zen. You're already low key, but how has that changed you, or how does it help you?
One thing, it definitely gives me a lot to do. Keeps me busy when I'm not. And just horses, I think it gives you a peace of mind. Like, I didn't start riding horses till after my accident, and then I just moved outside the city lines, outskirts, and basically got a ranch. Didn't know anything about it, but learned on the job. Got cows and stuff like that, and with horses, just a different peace of mind. I feel like they are kind of majestic a little bit. And you can learn a lot from especially patience, with something that big and that strong. You got to have patience, because with horses, they can get spooked real fast and, kick or anything. So it just teaches you, respect of, other living creatures and stuff like that.
I rode a horse once. It scared the hell out of me. I thought I was going to fall. What was that first day? Because you are an athlete. If I fall, I break my leg, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But you are an athlete. What was that first day with the horse like? Did you just jump on the horse fearless? Like, what did that look like for you?
Yeah, I jumped on the fearless, but I was still cautious. I was like, whoa, like, like just making sure, it stayed, right. But, I jumped on a good trained horse, so, it didn't do nothing, out of whack. It had a great temperament and stuff like that. So, I mean, but yeah, I was kind of fearless because, I'm that type of adventurous person that does stuff like that. But, it definitely was different from what I was used to. Because at first I was like, I wouldn't even touch a horse or a cow. But now, I'm all around it.
Yeah, Seabiscuit, I can't do it. I'm too scared for all that. Well, I was watching now as we were finishing up the press conference, and we broke out into our little groups, and Thurman came over and spoke to Pacquiao. I'm not going to ask you about Thurman, but with fighters who fight Pacquiao after he's defeated them, they have this reverence for him. Is that something you feel like you need as you kind of plow through these opponents? Because you are a low-key guy, you're a respectful guy. Is that something that is appealing to you? Is that something you like? Do you not care? What is it like when, like, fighters who you've defeated?
Yeah.
And fighters that Pacquiao defeated, they all are very, happy when they see him. Obviously payday is a big factor, but they're happy when they see them. Is that something that you need from your peers and colleagues, kind of like that, not gratitude, I guess you could say, but that deference or that respect?
I mean, everybody showed me respect, but I mean, for me, I just don't care. Like, if I beat you, it's nothing else. I mean, hey, what's up? And then I go about my way. Like nothing else needs to be said. Like with Sean Porter, seen him, hey, what's up? And then, turned around, went about my way. It's nothing else needs to be said anyway.
Is that still a fight we could get?
Who?
Sean Porter.
With me?
Yeah, he likes to
Oh nah, I mean nah.
And lastly, fans in general have a lot of respect for you. There's a lot of factions on in social media and fandom. They like this fighter or this promoter or this thing for whatever reason, but you are universally enjoyed by fans, no matter who their affiliation is with. Uh, what do you say to those fans, because they do enjoy you and you tend to be just outside of like the chaos of
Yeah.
fandom?
You know, well, I say I appreciate everybody's support. You know, appreciate everybody. You know, let me have my peace sometimes. You know, because I think you know a lot of people don't understand that. You know, I am kind of an introverted person, so I do need my space. You know, every now and then, but I do like to. When it's fight time, I do what I need to be do and do my interviews and stuff like that. But I enjoy my peace of mind, but I appreciate everybody just staying with me and supporting me, and say I'm their favorite fighter and stuff like that. And it's a great time, I guess, for myself.
It's a great
Enjoy
time.
it while
It's a great
I'm
time.
young and I'm on top.
It's a great time indeed. Always a pleasure, sir.
Thank you.
Looking very forward to this fight. It's a terrific, terrific fight. Thank you
Appreciate it.
again for
Thank
your
you.
time.